What is up, everybody? You see this number right here. What is the significance of the number 23? Some of you, this is backwards, but 23. How to invest your money. I'm going to show you 23 strategies that you can use to invest your money, okay? Key thing that I want you to understand here is that, imagine this is you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give away cash throughout this whole thing. So please pay attention, because some of you are going to make money just watching this. This is the stuff that I wish somebody had taught me when I was 18 years old, how to invest money. There's 23 basic strategies you can have if you want to make money. Make money. Write down, if you're taking notes, the key word. Make money. Here's money. All right, there's a little George Washington. Make money. And the way most people make money, so like, can that turn into another dollar? I think the other alternative for most people is you can sit here at a desk working, and that will create money. But imagine if money could turn into more money. They call that alchemy. What's up? I'm going to show you 23 ways to turn money into money. So you don't just turn a desk job into money. That's what most people do. I'm going to give $100 right now to the first person who answers this. What is the name of one company that was on the original Dow Jones Industrial Average in the 1800s that still exist? Of all the companies that started out in the stock market, when the stock market started in the late 1800s, only one still exists. Someone said Tesla. There we go. Anais Faith Jones. A-N-A-I-S. Faith Jones. Write it down. A-N-A-I-S. Write it down, please. He didn't get it in the camera. A-N-A-I-S. Faith Jones. On Twitter. $100. So G, yeah, it's the second one. GE. General Electric. What does that mean? Most things disappear, just like most people's money. So what I want to talk to you today, I'm creating a new test group, and I'm giving you kind of the free version of this test group. For the next 2 months, I'm going to be, actually the next 3 months, I'm going to be mentoring a small group of people on how to invest money, so that you don't only have to work for the man to make money. So this is a little preview for free. Some people are like, dude, I don't have any money to pay. Okay, well, now you're going to learn for free. And then at the end, I'll put a link. You can only get access to it on this call right here, on this, or this webinar, we'll call it. Okay, let's just go through some of these. You can buy and flip cars. You know, there's a big opportunity for those of you who like cars. You can invest in cars. You can buy cars for $1,000, $2,000, and you can flip them. You can do Forex trading. That means you exchange currencies. Okay? You can buy oil futures, commodities, they're called. You can invest in private businesses. You can invest and become a day trader. You can start your own investment fund or hedge fund. I got a buddy who's not even that connected. He just got people to give him $1 million, and he invests the money for them. Okay? What else? Silver, coins, stamps. You can do an ICO, an initial coin offering. That's cryptocurrency. Just like, let's take Bitcoin. For those of you who had put $100 in Bitcoin in 2010, you'd have $75 million in your bank account right now. Let's just think about that. What have you been doing since 2010? Because you'd make more money than the lottery if you had known how to invest your money. That's crazy. It's crazy to me that, like, some people work their whole life and end up with nothing, and other people put $100 in the right investment and have $75 million. If you had put $10,000 when Warren Buffett started his fund called Berkshire Hathaway, you'd have $50 million today. $10,000. Now, that took longer than Bitcoin, but the point being, when your parents got started, if they had taken 10 grand, put it in Berkshire Hathaway, they'd have between, and depending on what year they put it in, if they put it at the beginning, they'd have 50 million. But isn't that crazy? Like, your parents been working at jobs and Did they have $50 million? Do you have $50 million? What do people have in common that have a lot of money? They invest their money. The problem is, and I'm going to go over this, you might not know what to invest in, and you might not have the money to invest, but there's a way around it. I'm actually going to show you how you can get people to give you money at the beginning, whether it be borrowing money from people, and you can actually, you know, invest other people's money. Now, you need to be careful with that because you can get in trouble if you do it wrong, and there's actually some laws on doing it, but you can definitely borrow $10,000 from your parents or $100 or $1,000. So let's go through some of these. I'm just going to go through randomly some of these. Let's talk about gold. Very common question. Gold. You got some money sitting around. Let's look. I'm going to pull up on my phone the chart of gold. Is gold a good investment? Let's look at gold prices, a chart. The cool thing now, it used to be hard to invest. Now you can literally get all this stuff on Google. So gold, my friend owns one of these big gold asset management companies. Here is macro trends, gold price chart, bullionvault.com. So that's set to 1 week. Let's set it to 20 years. All right, that's what gold's done over the last 20 years. You see right here, that's US dollars per ounce. It was down at $400. Today it's at $1,200. So over the last 20 years, it's tripled. But notice right here, its peak was at almost $2,000. So you could have gone in at 400, sold at 2,000.
Hold it up to that camera.
I'm gonna hold it up here. You can look on this your own. Trust me, I'm not making this up. I don't know. There. I'm trying to get it on each camera. There, you can see gold. There, you can see gold. The low point. So, 5x your money. Okay, now that's over 20 years. So gold, here's my thing about gold's gone basically like this. 20 years ago was here. It went up. It went up not too long ago, really high. It went to almost 2,000. It was $400 here. Went to 2,000, roughly, a little bit less. And now it's dropped down to about, what is it, about 1,200. So that's the chart for gold. So gold, it can be a decent investment. Depends when you got in. It would be great if you got in like here, but timing it is the tricky part. Let's keep talking about more stuff. I will say this in general. In gold, my general opinion on gold and what you need to learn to do is gold is decent, but it should not be your main and only investment. You talk to most smart people, gold is a great hedge against things like recessions because it's actual a thing you can hold in your hand, right? And it has some value, but I would not put all your money in gold, okay? And you can see why. It's gone up, but it comes down too. All things go up, like the old saying, anything goes up can go down. Let's talk about Forex. There's another type of investment where you basically trade currencies. And I'll just show you this. One man, so that's gold. Let's talk about Forex. One man went from 0 to 1 billion trading foreign currencies in one day. That was his profit. 0 to 1 billion. Now, you probably heard of him. His name's George Soros. Okay. Now, not everybody can do what he did. He's an exception to the rule. But that just shows you people trading money around in the world. I think he did it with Japanese yen. He took the Japanese dollar and he did something called arbitrage, and he exchanged it with GBP, which is the money they use, pounds, in England. I'm pretty sure that's what the bet was on. I forget the exact details. But the point being, not bad in one day to go from 0 to making $1,000 million in one day. That's crazy, right? $1,000 million one day. Okay, so I'm just going through. We're talking about 23 different strategies. Then I'm going to talk to you how to pick which one you want to do. You can't do all of them at once. Okay? So next, let's talk about investing in private businesses. This one I really like. Let me just say, investing. This to me represents a business. This is like, a business. There's lots of people working in here. I'm not talking about real estate now. I'll talk about that in a second. But you invest in a business. This is an office with a whole bunch of people working on a business. The richest people in the world, this is their number one type of investment. For example, a man named Jeff Bezos, he borrowed $300,000 from his parents, and he started a business I think it was in Washington, and now he's the richest man in the world. Or he was briefly. He passed Bill Gates. So that he took 300 grand and invested it in a business, private business. It was private at first. Now it's not private. It became a public company, but it was started out private, and he is worth over $90 billion last time I checked. Okay? So certainly investing, some of you should invest in a business. Let's keep going. What else can you invest in? Which of these do I like? I told you. For some of you who want a real simple business, this is the world's worst drawing. Don't laugh. You can laugh if you want. That is a car. For those of you who don't have much money, you can buy and flip cars. My uncle does that. He just bought a car for like $1,000, about $5,000, and he sold it for $12,000. It was like an SUV, and it had some problems, and he fixed it. It cost him like $2,000, so he bought it for $5,000, $2,000 to fix, $7,000, and he sold it for $12,000. So he made $5,000 profit in a month. Javier de los Reyes says they buy and flip cars. So, boom, that's one of 23 strategies. Let's keep going through here. I got lots to go through. Let's talk about, I've written a whole bunch on the board. Which one do I want to do next? Oh, let's do this. In your wallet right now, some of you have a credit card. I don't know how to draw a credit card, Visa or something. A lot of these companies right here have frequent flyer miles. They have some kind of rewards program. There was a guy who came to my conference. What did he do? What was his numbers at, Alec, last time? On the credit cards?
3 million credit card line and 23 million reward points.
He built up, figured out a way to make 23 million points worth $3 million. He's coming actually, for those of you in the test group that are getting in my test group, he's flying out. Does he live in LA? Yeah, he's flying out to record a lesson for to teach those of you who get in my test group. It's crazy. Like, forget 3 million, even if you have 30,000, because there's ways to monetize those points. So that's an investment that you can do for relatively cheaply. He started with a little bit of money. You keep rolling it up. I'm trying to make you think outside of the box on this call. Okay, what I'm saying? Here's another one. You can do what's called peer-to-peer lending. So you here, even a small amount, you can lend money to other people. And some of these pay like 10% or more. Not bad. Maybe you can borrow money for 5%, re-lend it for 10%. That's doubling your money. Isn't that crazy? Peer-to-peer lending. There's also private loans. If you do private loans, you have to watch. There's laws. So be careful with that. You can't just become a bank legally, okay? Or else you're going to go to jail. Very important you do, especially some of these finance things I'm talking about. Make sure you do them right or you can get in trouble. But this peer-to-peer lending, there's websites now. Like in the olden days, this was hard to do. You had to either get a banking license or people used to do it. You know what people used to do? Become loan sharks with the mafia. But then you go to jail. So you make money and then you don't get to spend it. But now with these peer-to-peer lending platforms, boom. You got some extra money sitting around in the bank account. Bank of America's paying you 1%, 0.5%. You can do peer-to-peer lending. Now, there's always a risk, because if you do peer-to-peer lending wrong and you lend to the wrong person, they ain't going to pay you back. But there's a potential for 10x the normal interest rate that you're getting, okay? Because banks keep the money and they don't share it with you. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about cryptocurrency. Besides Bitcoin, there's other things that you can invest in. So here's traditional banks, right? So that's a bank. Now there's this thing where it's distributed money that's spread all over the world in private accounts. And what that means is there's something called the blockchain. So this money is basically confirmed, this currency, this cryptocurrency. It's not US dollars. It's not GBP. It's not euros. It's a whole new dealio. Whole new deal. And it really started about 10 years ago. And basically, there's these alternative currencies. They're not dollars. There's one called Bitcoin. That's the most famous. Then there's something called Ethereum, okay? And then there's what's called the alternative coins or altcoins. Okay, and you probably might have heard some Litecoin, all that. You've probably heard some of these phrases. You might have heard people talking about Litecoin and people talking about Ripple and all this different. There's a ton. The big two are Bitcoin and ETH, they call it, which stands for Ethereum. One of the co-founders of Ethereum was over here at my house. And we can look here. So you can look at cryptocurrency. Coins, they call them tokens sometimes. So I'll just show you. We'll look here. Let me pull up a chart for you guys. Here's the market caps. So you can see how much is trading. So right now you can see here, Bitcoin today, this is crazy, is at $7,200. About a week or two ago, Bitcoin was only at $6,000. Bitcoin, if you had one Bitcoin, by the way, Bitcoin started at zero. Isn't that crazy? Bitcoin started at zero. Now one coin, if this is correct, is at $7,252.34. It's insane. The total volume is 4.47 billion trading. So Bitcoin trades the most. Then the second one you can see here is called ETH or Ethereum. And it's trading at price is $290. It's about a sixth of the size of Bitcoin. And then you got Bitcoin Cash, you have Ripple, Litecoin, Dash, BitConnect, Neo. You got all these, Monero, there's lots. And you can go all the way down to the bottom. Stratus, Steam is one. One of these guys I know, the Steam guys. What's some other ones? There's one called Gas, Vertcoin, Walton, Civic. One of the Civic guys was here at my house. Civic is a coin. What else? Blocknet. So these are all, I have friends that have become big traders of alternative coins. Now I want to be clear, in everything I'm talking about today, you can lose money in all investments. When I say the phrase investment, that should automatically register in your head something that can go up and down. If you're ever presented with somebody saying to you, I got an investment that can't go down, then you correct them. There isn't, that's like saying, I have a dog that's not a dog. If you ever meet somebody who goes, I got a dog that's a cat, you can be like, wait, which one is it? It's either a dog or it's a cat. It's impossible to be a dog cat in the real world. Maybe in some make-believe land, you got dog cats, but you're either a dog or a cat. In the same way, there's either investments, which can go up or down, or there's secured, you could call them secured investments. And secured investments are backed, let's say, by the US government. So the only way they can go down is if the government disappears. No, just do the second. You got this price, do the middle, that one. So there are things that are guaranteed about the U.S. government. They're basically treasury bills. Okay, so if you want the ultimate, some banks in America are backed by an insurance program called FDIC. Everything else, all these cryptocurrencies out here, they can go up and down. But if you know what you're doing, you decrease the chance of picking the wrong one. Okay, so it's very important. That's why I'm doing this live call. That's why I'm building this new test group, because I want you to be sophisticated, man. Be sophisticated. Now, sophisticated investors lose sometimes, but they win more than they lose. It's like Vegas. If you're unsophisticated in Vegas, you know nothing. You try to play blackjack, you're going to lose a lot more money than people who understand the rules of blackjack. You know, there's some simple rules of blackjack. They're going to help you a lot. Like if you understand that you look at the dealer and you assume that they have a face card. Some people don't know that. So they suck. They go to blackjack in Vegas. I was just there and I doubled my money. Now, I don't always double my money. Sometimes I've lost all my money, but I understand the basics of blackjack, the fundamentals, and I don't lose money as much as my friends that know nothing. That's how investment is. It's very important that each of you not be idiots with your money. Please don't be an idiot with your money. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, some of you are going to make a lot of money. I had 2 crypto billionaires in my house. So I'm not just telling you from, oh, I've read about it. These are people I've known for a long time. Okay, some of them are become new friends. But there's people making incredible amounts of money in cryptocurrency. But there's also people losing money. So understand that. There's no guarantee, but some people put $100 in 2010 and have $75 million. Now it's over 75. Now it's 80, 90. Someone said Bitcoin will collapse. Maybe real estate will collapse. Maybe the stock market will collapse. Maybe currencies, regular currencies like the US dollar, the euro will collapse. We don't know. You're not God. Bitcoin is going to drop. Well, everything drops eventually, but some people sell before it drops. Some people sell when it's high. So I want you to understand something. Become sophisticated, become smart, and you'll do better than almost every person. I tell you this, I became a CFP years ago. I'm not a CFP anymore, certified financial planner. And dude, my mind was blown. None of this stuff got taught to us in school. None of it. None of my friends knew anything about this. Even to this day, people don't know this stuff. If you learn the fundamentals of investing, it will change your life, man. That's just that simple. Change your life. I don't care if you're buying and flipping cars. I don't care if you're buying gold. Doesn't matter if you're doing Forex. Doesn't matter if you're doing cryptocurrency. Doesn't matter if you're doing real estate. Some people do better than others. Which side of the coin are you going to be on? You're going to be on the dumbass side that always loses money? Or you're going to be on the side of people who do better than the statistical average? Because that's all you got to do. Just imagine if there was lottery tickets and you could do a little better than the average person. Isn't that crazy? If you could just do a little bit better than the average person, you just buy enough tickets and you have a chance at winning. The problem with the lottery, and why I don't recommend you do the lottery, there's no chance really of increasing your odds. What are you going to do? Go to different 7-Elevens? It's not going to increase you. People have all these theories on the number. The only way you could kind of guarantee you'll win something is to buy every lottery ticket in California. Then you're going to win something. But when I was 12 years old, my family used to have $200 that they said I could have for Christmas. So I spent $200 and I told them, please only buy me lottery tickets. And they bought me $200 worth of lottery tickets, and I had zero. Someone had said, in order to be a CFP, you have to have a university degree. Nuh-uh. I was in the last year, you didn't have to. I got grandfathered in. How do you lose your CFP? I didn't lose my CFP. You can just keep renewing it if you want, and I didn't feel like renewing it because I'm not a financial planner anymore. But I learned. I became a CFP not for the piece of paper. I was a CFP for like 10 years, but then you have to do continuing ed and all this stuff, and I was kind of like, ugh, I don't care about it anymore. It's still a good thing, but I'm not a financial planner. But CFP is basically the highest standard. It's a certified financial planner. The reason I say that is I was forced to learn all this stuff. I became a CFP super fast. Okay, how do I feel about day trading? Let's talk about day trading. Okay. You ever seen like these, what was that movie where they had about day traders? I forget the name, but basically you sit here in front of your laptop. I mean, a true day trader, right? You got your desk, you got your laptop, you buy positions and you try to sell them real quick. Somebody said, what about the Big Short? The Big Short was not day traders. One of my friend's brothers was one of the Big Short guys in New York, and he made about $300 million. They did not really they did some. I don't know everything they did, but Big Short was not a day trade. Shorting is not the same as day trading. So basically, for those of you new to this, what the Big Short is, you can make bets that you think things are going to crash. And if you're correct, you get paid a lot of money. If it doesn't crash, you lose your money. So there's a group of people. Like I said, my buddy's brother was one of them. There was like 5 of them. They sat there in New York and they said, 2008, this was like, they started looking at it. And they said, by 2007 or 8, we think this United States market is going to crash. And so they freaking, they created a whole bunch of positions betting against the housing market in the U.S. And they turned out to be correct. And the richest house in Beverly Hills, it's up the street that way from where I am. It's a $150 million house. It was one of those guys who invested the correct way. So that wasn't day trading. Someone said they hedged it. No, it's not really hedging. It's more shorting. That's why it's called the Big Short. Hedge is when you're protecting what you have. Like Mark Cuban, he hedged his money, his Yahoo share. But shorting is when you bet against things, so to speak, okay? So, somebody said I heard I had been homeless before. No, I'd never been homeless. But my dad was homeless at one point before I was born, he told me. My dad's from Harlem. So they basically shorted it. Now, day trading is a tad bit different. Usually there's different ways to do it. I'm just giving you guys the overview. Like, at the beginning of the day, you pick something, you bet against it, sometimes you bet for it, you put some money in, and you try to sell it very quickly. So you're looking for fluctuations in the market. So like, here's you sitting here and you're waiting for it to, and if you can buy it here and sell it here, or if you can short it and then it crashes, you make money here. So you're basically like a very tactical person. You're almost like a jujitsu person. You're like waiting for an opening. Boom, 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 make money, get in fast. I know people that do it. They make $500 this, $200, $700, $900. And so you take it. Now the problem with day trading is it's tricky. I know people that get wiped out with it. But for sure, without a doubt, there's people who make great livings doing this. Sports betting. Oh, I forgot to put that up on there, but I know guys that are doing sports betting in Vegas that make $100,000 to $200,000 a year consistently. Now, the thing about sports trading, if you want to invest your money in that, first of all, you got to know sports. Okay, so you go to Vegas, big hotels. Here's the Strip, Vegas. Here's you. You have to go. They put limits on how much you can bet. So you have to go from one damn hotel to another, one casino to another. They place bets here, bets there, bets there. And like there's guys who come up with formulas. They know their sport and they bet and they win a little bit of money. And it adds up. They win 1,000 here, 2,000, and they make 100 to 200,000. It's the same with professional gamblers. Just realize Las Vegas, all these casinos, buildings here, these dudes don't like to lose. So they have lots of things. They have cameras watching you. If they think you know too much, they'll match your facial recognition, and they'll kick your ass out. So it is an option, and I know people I don't know many people making 7 figures, but I know people making 6 figures. Okay, by the way, I'm going over all these real fast because these things I'm talking about in this live call here, if you get in the test group, I'm going to put up a link in a little while. If you get in my test group, you're going to get in depth on all these subjects, or most of them. I might not do sports gambling, but what I'm basically doing is I'll be teaching the lessons on the things I'm best at, and I'm bringing in my buddies, my business partners. They'll be teaching you the stuff. It's a 3-month program, okay? And we'll be doing this. You'll be getting right on your phone. You can just follow along. Learn. Remember, there's basically two types of people in this world when it comes to money. People who money is their bitch, or they're the bitch of money. And you don't want to be the bitch of money. Because that means, come the first of the month, there's never enough. So you've got to go back into the grind again and again and again and again. Okay, let's keep going. What else can you invest in? We talk about flipping cars. Let's talk about blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about mutual funds. Roth IRA. So mutual funds, Roth. Basically, when you have a job, you can put some of your money in a retirement account. And there's different ways of doing it, 401ks and all this stuff. Here's the deal with that. It's okay to do it, and you probably should do it, but you usually don't get rich from it, which is okay. Not everything you do has to make you rich. That's a very key thing. Like, some people think everything has to make you rich. No, some things can be a diversification tool. Some things, oh yeah, put that, I forgot this. Here's 2 other things. Hold on, people. So some things are done to diversify. So someone said, is a 401k a scam? Well, no, 401k is not a scam in the sense that while a 401k, it's a section of the law that says if you take some money from your occupation and you put it away, it's protected from taxes, okay? Same with IRAs, Roth IRAs. It's just how you get taxed. Roth IRAs get taxed different than traditional. It basically is whether you pay the tax up front or you pay it at the end. The thing they have in common is while your accounts are growing, you don't have to pay any taxes. So now it's changed. You can take your IRAs and invest them in real estate. You can invest them in gold. So the answer is yes. They're very powerful tools. Someone said, is that a Rothschild? Is what a Rothschild? Me? I'm definitely not a Rothschild. But I guess it'd be cool to be born a Rothschild. They're very rich. But I am not a Rothschild. All right, questions. What else do we have? Roth IRA, Illuminati. Good info, Ty. Is a 5-year CD good? We can talk about CDs. Let me just say this. I've been going live here for a few hours today, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but some of you should get in this test group. By the way, today's the first day I've ever opened it up. So it's going to be pretty cool. Some of you are going to be the first person who got in my social media marketing test group made $1 million in his first year. He made the most of anybody. Most people didn't make $1 million, but he did. Jaden. I think the second person is making about 60 grand a month. Jose. So this test group is a little different because I'm not teaching you necessarily how to start like a business. I'm teaching you how to invest money. Let me talk about something real quick that I forgot about. What if you don't have much money? Let me show you a trick. What I'm about to show you is worth you watching this whole thing. Okay, we're talking about how to invest your money. I'm going to show you the most powerful thing. We've been talking about 401ks and we've been talking about gold and Bitcoin and real estate and buying businesses and day trading. What if you don't have any money? How do you invest when you don't have money? Here's the simplest technique. Here's you. I guarantee you there's 10 people in your circle of influence who have $100. Ask to borrow $100 for 1 month from all of them. But then instead of using the money, put it in a bank account and 1 week later send it all back to them and say, you know what? I ended up not needing the money. Don't spend a penny. Guess what happens? All these people start trusting you. Trust goes through the roof. You can do this with just friends and family. Then ask them for $1,000. Same thing. Don't spend the money. Say I'm going to borrow for a month, but send it all back to them in a week. The next time you need money, they'll be there. They'll trust you. Grant Cardone was just here. Grant Cardone got $3,000 from his mom. Now, you might not have a mom that had $3,000. Like when I was growing up, I don't think my mom had $3,000 ever that I knew of. So I might have to borrow $30. The point is, you create trust with a group of people, and you'd be surprised how little you could start with that you'll suddenly have access to. I have a friend, I know a guy, there's a guy, you can Google him, his name's Sardar Biglari, and he's in Texas. And by 25, he had started an investment company that is now over $500 million. That's how big it is in the last 10 or 15 years. And you know how he did it? Just like I'm talking about. Create trust with one person, two people. You could start using other people's money. Yep, he owns Maxim now. That's correct. So for all of you people, it's very important that you guys think of it this way. You need allies to be a good general. You need allies to be a good general. So are you going to war by yourself? Is that your strategy? Name one war that the U.S. has been in, that we've done well in, that we didn't have good allies. Just name one. I would love to hear that. World War I. Nope, we had the most allies in World War I. America was allied with England. We were allied with France. We were against Germany in that war. Who else? The Civil War. And we didn't do well in this. I'd say one that America did well. That doesn't. Vietnam. No, we didn't have allies, and that wasn't a great war. The U.S. is the creator of all wars. Sam says, I don't think that's true. What about before America was a country? There was wars before America was a country. There was a war called the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War. That was, America didn't exist, so I don't think that's true. What other war? Revolutionary War? We didn't do well. Philippine War? You mean the Spanish-American War? You can't name one. The wars America did the best, came against the greatest odds, and even the Revolutionary War, France helped us against the British. The Cold War, Octavia says, dude, in the Cold War we needed people. We needed tons of people in the Cold War. Like literally in the Cold War, we didn't, you think it was just the United States against the Soviet Union? We had tremendous allies at all levels. Man, all around Europe. We were paying off people, and it wasn't just countries. We had individual revolutionary groups helping us. The war on drugs. Well, I don't know how well that war is done, but we definitely had allies. Trust me, you guys are going to spend all day, and you're not going to win this argument, because all great people have allies. So I hope that you have some allies in the game of money. Do you have allies in the game of money? That's my question for you. Who's your allies? Name some people. Is it your mom, uncle? Who? Someone said we don't win anymore. Someone said, Ty, what can I invest in? Hold on one second. I want to show you guys something if I can find it real quick. Someone said they don't have one. Someone said mommy. Okay. Your mommy is she invests in you? Okay. That's better than not having a mom. Bitcoin Cash, Betsy DeVos. People are stupid. Benjamin Franklin, my friend. I am in India. Do you think I've got a chance? Yep. Yep. Are you married? Nope. Ty, no, I can't be your ally. Your ally is like you can text your ally. You guys that don't know me, I can be somebody maybe you get a point or two, but I'm not an ally like that. Ally is different. Think about what ally. By the way, let me give away $100. Name one of the alternative cryptocurrencies that I specifically mentioned. So not Bitcoin and not Ethereum. What's another one? Ethereum's not really an alternative cryptocurrency. The third person, an alternative, they call them altcoins. Which one? Sense token. The Sense token's not out yet. All right, Litecoin I see, Ripple I see. There we go. Ghost of Gigi. Neo. Okay. Ghost of Gigi, congratulations on YouTube. We'll keep doing more. Someone said PayPal. PayPal is not an alternative currency. PayPal is a merchant. It's a gateway and merchant combined in one. So, who here has at least, I don't know, $5,000 to invest sitting around? Either you have it or your family has it. $5,000. Let's see how many people. Sam raised his hand. Who has $5,000? Somebody said, not me. Nope. Me. Yes. Not me. I do. I do. Quest bars. Is that your answer? Do you have currencies? Quest bar. Eli says, I text you a lot, so you're my ally. But I don't think I'm getting your text, man. Someone says taxes scare me on Bitcoin. Someone said they're broke. Someone said they have 1 million. Someone said 50 grand, what do I do? Someone said my money is all invested. Someone said bra. Alex Belts on Facebook said already invested. Jeremy Brocken said could do, but not personally. Ander Hobbs said he wishes. Forever More Acquaintance said, can I borrow it? Huang Hai says yes. I don't, but I'm saving, says Larry. It's interesting to see how the world is now with money. Like, dude, most people are broke. But about half the people here. Somebody says they have $1.2 million saved up. Cool. What would you invest 100 grand in? All right, let's talk about creating the strategy. So imagine, a pie chart is a good way to think about your money. So I don't care how much money you have. If you have $100 or 100 million, you still got to think about your money this way. So you divide up the pie. Here's my basic way of doing it. This here is like 33, 33, 33. I usually don't do it this way, but just for the sake of drawing, it's a little easier than drawing. But maybe we'll put up, let me actually do it this way. I think I got a big enough graph. Let's do it this way. All right. So this is the big part of the pie. Middle, smallest. I like to think in threes. Three, there's a reason that people say 1, 2, 3, or 3 strikes you're out. It's like 3 is like an easy number to wrap your head around. So I'm talking about 23 different investments. Nobody here should go out and invest in 23 different things. Like, nobody can be good at 23 things. So you got to know, out of the 23 strategies to invest your money, which of the 3 should you choose? So here's my kind of gut feeling answer for myself, for you, what I've done, what I recommend people. You put here, this is a question mark. This means you don't know much about it. Okay? So no one has perfect information about everything. You should invest the most money in the thing you have the least questions about. Somebody said, Ty, invest in a strip club. Floyd Mayweather did. I was with a guy in Orange County who made money in nightclubs. I was in nightclub business for about 4 years. So anyway, what is it that you have some questions, you're not perfect at it, but you know the most? Invest most of your money there. The thing you have a little more doubts about, invest less money. And the things you really don't understand but you're interested in, you put the least amount of money in there. So here's how that practically looks for most of you. I'll tell you the thing that I know the best. That's my own brain. Like everybody here, since the day you were born till today, you've been with yourself. So I invest about $100,000 a month in learning stuff and in networking, those two things, because that's an investment in like my brain. So in the last 5 weeks, I've been to 15 different conferences, networking events. I have trainers, whether they be physical trainers, whether they're business people, easily 100 grand. Okay, so that's what I invest of my extra cash. And now it's a little different, but let's say 5 years ago or something, 10 years ago. Okay, now here, my business I would invest in. Or if you have a job, reinvest back into learning your job if you want to stay at the job. If you hate your job, please don't, like if you work at Starbucks and you hate it, please don't invest in a class on how to be a better barista or something like that. But I'm saying, assuming if you do like your job, or if you're a business owner, invest cash back into the business. That's what Bill Gates does. That's what Warren Buffett does. That's what Jeff Bezos does. That's what Mark Zuckerberg does. That's what Steve Jobs did. Okay. Now, there's some of you who are already doing all this, and there's things that you're not sure of, but you're interested in. That might be cryptocurrency. That might be oil. That might be futures, commodities, leverage buyouts, life insurance, annuities, ICOs. You might want to do Forex. You might want to do day trading. You want to do real estate, gold. We talked about those things. Like, put the smallest chunk of your money until you learn more about it. Once you know more about gold, you can continually put more and more and more into it. The key principle is, it's kind of like getting married. Who should you marry? A girl you just met 5 minutes ago and she looks pretty, but you know nothing about her? She could be a psychopath. She could be a gone girl psycho ready to kill you. No, you don't invest that much time, and money's like time. Energy's like time. You're not going to invest too much in a girl you just met. What you will do is invest a little bit of money in going out to dinner or going to coffee or whatever the hell you do. Go to clubs, take her to a Laker game. Does that make sense? So if you don't, you're going to be depressed. Simple as that. Once you get to know her, you put a little more time and energy, or him. And finally, once you're married to him, well, you're putting a lot of time and energy in. So this is so common sense, but like I said, in the modern world, common sense is no longer common. So you know what people do? The average person, they do the exact opposite. They know nothing about real estate. They know nothing about cryptocurrency. They know nothing about gold. They know nothing about lending. They know nothing about CDs and oil. They hear it from their uncle. They read an article in, freaking Wall Street Journal, and they're like, oh, I'm going to take all my money and put it in that new thing. And guess what, dude? I'm telling you, I used to have 6,000 clients in a wealth management company. Me and my business partner, when I moved to California, I sold my 50% back to him because the company's based in North Carolina. But I would see just like doctors, really smart people, do the exact opposite of this. All their money in some new thing that somebody, and dude, they would lose their money. You can, remember, it'd take a lifetime to make wealth. You can lose it today. You make $1 billion, you can literally lose it in one day. But you ain't gonna make $1 billion in one day, unless, going back to George Soros, he did it in one day. But that's very rare, very rare. So I cannot tell you how many people, just the other day, there was a guy that has been in one of my programs. He saved up $200,000 cash from being in my programs and building his business. And he invested it into one of the dumbest things ever. And I was like, whoop, and he already did it when he came to me. And I was like, say goodbye to that money, my friend, because you ain't seeing that again. And the good news is he'll probably never make that mistake again. Sometimes you got to learn through pain, people. Some of you got to learn through pain. So I think it's very important that you get this concept. Nobody knows. Trust me. You ask your friends, they'll be like, So let's say, for example, if you go back in time when cryptocurrency started, Bitcoin started, I'd recommend, if you didn't know much about it, nobody knew much about it in 2010. Very few people know about it even today. But let's say you did know it in 2010, put $100 into it. Let's say you had $1,000, put 100 into Bitcoin. Just leave it. It's like going on a date. You didn't put much energy, but you can't lose much. And that strategy right there would have turned into $75 million today. Now, sure, you could have put in all 1,000, but that's not playing the poker game correctly. That's going all in on a bad hand. The only time you go on a bad hand is when you're trying to bluff. And if you do that enough, people will call your bluff and you will have no money. And in this case, you're betting against the global economy. And it's hard to bluff 7 billion people. There's a lot of fools in the world, but there's a lot of people who are smarter than you and more experienced, and they will take your money. So don't try to bluff the global economy. You will lose. Okay? So what are some things that are here that are practical for you? Well, Grant Cardone was just on earlier today. He was at my house, and we talked about sales. Investing in learning how to sell, because sales is an invaluable skill no matter what you do. It also is how you raise money. Be convincing, be persuasive. So that's one way. But let's think about it a little more in depth. Of the strategies I talked about today, which of these do you know the most? Let's just go. Who here, the thing you know the most is real estate? Who here, somebody said strip clubs again. You know strip clubs a lot, Miguel? Miguel says strip clubs. Okay. Well, if Miguel, you really truly understand the club business and you have extra money sitting around and you understand that investments can go up and down and you're still okay with the risk, you might want to put quite a bit of money in with somebody who's going to start a club. Somebody said Bitcoin they know a lot about. Okay. Take the extra money you have sitting around. Remember, it has to be extra money. Don't be investing the money that you use to pay rent. Don't be, because what's the definition of investing? Stuff that goes up and down. What goes up must come down. There is nothing that just always goes up. The only thing that always grows is cancer. Never forget that. That's the definition of cancer. Cells in your body that don't know how to stop replicating. They replicate and they replicate and they replicate, and then you die. So uncontrolled growth is cancer. So what goes up must come down. So how much money, just put the number here in the comment. How much money do you have today that if you lost it, you wouldn't have a heart attack? Put a number between $1 and, I don't know, 1 million. What's your number? Somebody said $3. Puyan said 20 grand. What's the amount that if you lost it, you would still be able to sleep the next day? 500, 300. Kevin says 25 grand. Be honest. Gummy 189.70 said they could lose 5,000. So if you want to know how much money is here, what's the number up here? It's the amount that if you lost it, you would not have a heart attack. When I first started making money and I had some cash sitting around, I had, I don't know, this is more than 10 years ago. I had $250,000 sitting around, okay? One of my childhood friends is like, dude, let me invest, let me build a house, you fund it, and I gave him $42,000. I'll never forget. And guess what? He never paid me back, but I didn't have a heart attack because I knew this rule. 42 grand, never paid me back to this day. And I know why. The housing market crashed. But since somebody taught me this, I didn't have a heart attack, So I hope each of you will realize that scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. Money you put out might not come in, but I'm going to tell you this. I've put out, I was just adding up. What was the number on that report that was in? I put out in an investment into advertising in one of my businesses. I put out $7.5 million in the last year or two. This is in one of my businesses. And I made back $32 million. 6x on my money. I put in 7.2, but I knew when I put that 7.2 million in, I might not get any back. But in that case, I put 7.2 million in, walked, and it turned into $32 million. That was an investment in a private business. Now, as I told you, I put 42 grand in and came with 0, and I'm okay with that because I lost 42, but I went from 7 in 1 to 30, and it created 32 million. So that's why I said you got to use your brain, and you can't be butthurt every time you lose money. So pick your number that won't give you a heart attack. That's the important thing. Pick the number that doesn't give you, if it gives you a heart attack, that's not your investment number. Your investment number is what you can successfully be okay with losing. Now, I hope you don't. I hope that none of you ever lose a penny. But I'm a realist. Don't be stupid. Scared money doesn't make money. $1,000, somebody said. Ludi96 said 1,000. What can you do with 15 euros in Greece? If you had only 15 euros, you probably need to go back to what I said about how to raise money. But you can start with $15 theoretically. I mean, it's a little bit low, but you know, I think you can get more than 50. Somebody said bet 20% of your net worth. It's not that simple. Don't use formulas like that. It's a psychological number. What's the psychological number that you're okay with losing? That's the number we're talking about here. The number that you can invest is not 20% of your net worth. It's not 30% of your income. People are going to give you stupid rules like that. It's what you won't have a heart attack. It takes courage to make money. But I'm going to give you good news. I hardly lose money now. I have lost money, but I don't really lose money anymore. Why? Because I got better at investing. Investing is like lifting weights. You grow muscles and you can lift heavier and heavier without any trouble. It's like playing basketball. You start out, you can never hit a shot. Eventually you hit a lot of shots. You look at the top pro basketball players, Steph Curry hit 95 out of 100 three-pointers in practice one time. So he hardly misses. But he created a skill. And some of you, I want to ask, who here is going to build a commitment to become an investor? A professional investor. I'm talking about whether you have 15 euros, one person was saying, or you have 15 million. You're going to make a commitment that you will be a great investor, whether you start out with a little or you start out. Because let me be clear with one thing. The richest people in the world, if you look at the Forbes list and you compile a list of what made everybody rich, investors are the richest people in the world. Last time I counted, 77 of the world's richest people were investors. No other category had that high of a number. Real estate, no. Stock market, no. Tech companies, no. Tech company people do not look. If you don't believe me, go to the Forbes list. The Forbes list is publicly available on Forbes website. Go look. 77 at last count. It might be up a little or a little down. We're investors. You got to remove the people who inherit their money. They don't count. You can't pick who you're born to. So it's not oil, even though I think there was like 10 billionaires who were from oil. But yeah, Ray Dalio, he was an investor. Ray Dalio is an investor. One of the richest men in the world, over $20 million. Warren Buffett, he's usually been number 1, 2, or 3 investor. So investors create wealth. Tech creates wealth too, don't get me wrong. Oil creates wealth. Sports companies, entertainment, fashion, the Zara founder, one of the richest people in the world. But the largest category, if you wanted to just be statistically in the right category, you want to be in the investor category. And to this day, everybody who creates wealth eventually has to become an investor. Bill Gates is a very good investor now. Even LeBron James. LeBron James is one of the best investors to ever walk this planet. You know why? He asked Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett personally mentors. You know that, Armin? Warren Buffett is mentoring LeBron James on how to invest his money. It's crazy. You couldn't get a better teacher in the world. He basically, the best basketball player in the world, got the best investor in the world. But see the mindset that LeBron has? You know something about LeBron? Just to show you, talking about basketball. What does LeBron know the most about? Remember I told you what you know most about is yourself, your own body, your own brain? LeBron James said last year he invested $1 million into his own body. It's a good number, right? So notice, even LeBron makes sure he takes care of number one, his body. Now, of course, he has so much money, he's got to do other stuff with it. You know, LeBron James is probably making $500,000 a day, I would guess. You know, he's making $100 to $200 million, although maybe it's a little less. But if you counted the appreciation of his assets, he's probably making $100 million a year. So let's say $200,000-$300,000 a day he's making. Not bad, right? $200,000-$300,000 a day, $10 million a month, maybe a little bit less. If you count appreciation on a cash flow basis, he's not probably making that much. So anyway, my point being, I want each of you to make a commitment to be a badass investor. Someone's at the gate. And if you don't make that commitment, I can promise you one thing. You'll never, ever reach your potential financially. You will always, always be behind the game. So if that's okay with you, if you always want to see other people doing better than you, even though you're smarter than them, even though you work harder, look, let me show you this. Someone says Giselle makes more than LeBron. And don't believe everything you read. I doubt it. LeBron James, for example, he's an investor in this pizza franchise, which I think is worth $500 million. So that's not in his annual income, because annual income generally depends on where he is on the Forbes list, but a lot of those numbers like Gisele Bündchen and Ronaldo, how much money they make, it's literally talking what their income was. Like Ronaldo's like 50 or 60 million. But you actually want your income to be lower, but your assets to be more, because you pay taxes on your income. Other people get all confused. People don't understand money. They don't understand money. So, ETFs with individual stocks to start, maybe. Cristiano Ronaldo makes more money than LeBron. I don't think Joel Carmaccio was listening to what I was saying. You don't know exactly how much money they're making because you don't know about the appreciation in their unsold assets. Meaning if LeBron owns 100 pieces of real estate, but he's not renting them out, those won't show in his income. But what if his real estate goes up 10%? That's $10 million. That's unaccounted for. Trust me, LeBron makes a crazy amount of money. You have no idea. So does Ronaldo too. I'm not saying Ronaldo, but I don't know Gisele's exact thing, but don't just, one thing I'm gonna give you a little pointer on. Most reporters know nothing about money. So if you're reading articles about money in any magazine, you're not learning from the best. I don't mean that in a mean way, but Jack Ma makes the most money. Nah, you know who makes the most money is hedge fund owners. There was a hedge fund guy a few years ago. His name's Ken Griffin. He has a name like a baseball player, Ken something. He made $400 million a month was his pay. That's fuck you money. Look it up. It's like Ken, look it up, that name. Hedge fund, Armin, Ken. Let me look here real quick. It's literally like Ken Griffin or something. I think he made $400 million a month. He made $4.5 billion.
Executive of Citadel LLC.
Yeah, Citadel. Ken Griffin, his net worth's $8.6 billion. Literally, look it up, like 3 years ago, he made $400 million a month. So, not Ken Griffin, Ken Griffey Jr. That's a baseball player, not Ken Griffey Jr. His name's Kenneth C. Griffin, Citadel.
He just donated $125 million to the University of Chicago.
Yeah, he just donated $120 million to University of Chicago. So he got serious money. But the point being, he's an investor. That's what I'm telling you guys. You guys got this thing all wrong. You have to, at some level, become an investor. What's up, Oma? Oh, they can come back over here. We'll have a studio audience. We got a live studio audience. What's up? I'm finishing up a call. You guys want to come say hello real fast? Come say hello to this. I'm losing my voice. Come over. We have Crazy. This is a very crazy actress. Come say hello. Me? No, not you. Are you an actress, Zach? Maybe. I want to be. Come say hi. You'll get my viewers up.
We in the building.
What are you doing? She always does this weird head thing. Show them your Rihanna eye. She has blue eyes. Here, you want to come say hi? She has blue eyes.
They're green. They change
No.
colors sometimes.
They're what?
Live stream. Oh, it is.
Zach, come say hello.
No, you had your chance.
Zach's butt hurt because I didn't want him to come on. Someone said both are fit. My cats.
Both are fit.
Cute girls. They're from England. Fit, no, that's not what fit means in England. Fit means pretty.
Aww.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm going to finish up. Someone said, is that Vanessa Williams?
I used to get that all the time when I was
Yep, she looks like Rihanna. She doesn't totally look like Rihanna. You
We
have
just
like,
have the same forehead and maybe the eyes.
did you say you have the same forehead as somebody?
Our foreheads are out of control, but we still be.
I've never heard somebody say, you know what, I have the same forehead as somebody.
I do.
Me and Zach have the same earlobes, last I checked. All right,
You guys got some. I like earlobes too.
can you not, here, sit right there. Sit behind Sam. You guys, no, have them. Oh, okay. I do better with a studio audience of hecklers. Are you going to heckle?
Oh, you know I'm gonna.
She's going to heckle.
That's why I came.
Someone said, Ty, you should go for big foreheads.
You should go for what?
Big foreheads. No, this big forehead here is crazy. She's sitting down. Here, sit right. Sam, set them up with 2 chairs right there. That'll be the best. Someone said, Putin's net worth is 200 billion. Yeah, Putin made a lot of money. No one knows Putin's net worth. I love that people think they know Putin's net worth. They're like, oh, it's 200. Did Putin tell you that? Are you close and personal friends with Vladimir Putin?
I wonder if when Putin farts, they'd be like, he pooted.
We're not going to say that joke. Okay.
That threw you off, now you can't think.
No, it didn't. It was just like, I'm embarrassed.
Putin.
Even the dogs barked on that. Okay,
They were laughing.
let's take a couple questions. Cricket. Ty Lopez is great. Russian meddling El Chapo, lol. Man, I should just literally try something. Read all comments as fast as I can and see if they have a secret message in all of them. Hello, this is a tape? Ty, you still on Hillside? Ty, check Snapchat. Ty got a fade. Become an Amway diamond distributor. Me and Putin are homies. Can't. I'm a sofa king. We Todd did. What? Somebody is on meth right now on my live call. Someone said Bonner soup. I like bacon. Hi. This is kind of interesting. What's that game, Ad Libs? You remember Ad Libs? So there's this thing called Ad Libs. You remember Ad Libs? Where you just like say different words? Let's play Ad Libs.
Let's do it.
Say a word.
Jackie.
That's not your own name, Miss Narcissist.
That's a word. I'm not a narcissist, but
That's a proper noun.
Okay.
Just say a word that's not your name.
crazy.
Crazy. And now we're going to pick this word, Ty-blah. Crazy Ty-blah, boom. What are you trading? What does that mean to you? It's like artistic.
Crazy, tie, blah, boom. What are you trading?
Yeah. What does that mean to you as a human?
Okay, well, I guess tie, blah is going to have to mean my own words. I have no idea what that even means.
Ty-blah. You know, one thing about social media that I've learned a lot is like you can pretty much, here, we got a chair for you if you want to be over here. Here's the thing about social media. It exposes you to what the world's really like. Like we all live in our own bubble of like thinking how the world is. All of you that are not on social media or not very big on it, you should try to get decent size because it really taps you into the global consciousness, which is somewhat retarded right now. It's like literally half smart and half scary. Scary in the sense that people don't know the very basic stuff, and cool in that you can learn a lot of stuff. All right, I'm gonna take 3 questions and then I'm gonna open up this test group because I gotta go. We're gonna leave here in a second. I don't want you guys to be bored. You guys came at the end.
I'm never bored.
We were talking about 23 strategies for investing to become wealthy. Can you name 3?
23 strategies for investing, reading.
Reading. No, investing money, like literal things you can invest in.
Things to invest in. Research.
What else?
What you're investing in.
Stock market, real estate,
The stock market.
oil, gold, cryptocurrencies, silver, bonds, hedge funds, annuities, insurance, ICOs. What else?
You didn't even allow. You like let
Keep
us
going.
join in and then
Keep
you got
going.
20
You weren't, don't act like you were on track. We would have been here.
I was, well,
Okay.
I was going to say realty.
Realty?
But you don't like what
That's not really how you say it.
Realty.
If I put that, I need to put Jackie on here. Oh, God. But what I was going to tell you is the world has massive financial illiteracy. So question, do you think women make less money than men? I'm going to do the most controversial question ever. I'm not going to give my opinion right now. Women make less money than men. Why is that? This is my question.
So
Why do women make less money than men? It's just a question. I'm not saying I know the answer. I'm literally asking. Why do women, someone said, I'm going to just read what some people say. They have different goals, someone said. Hormones. Someone said sexism, maternity leave. Women don't negotiate as much. Many factors, soft hands. Someone wrote love girls. I'm glad you love girls. Someone says authority, women take less risky jobs. Women don't like money. Is that true? Women don't like money? You think that's true? You're a Virgo. Virgos love money more than anything. She is a Virgo. Virgos too. All the earth signs. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Conditioning. Uneven. Okay, conditioning. I like this. What do you mean by social conditioning? Someone said they make more money nowadays. Forget men or women for a second. Is social conditioning real? Do you think so? I'm asking, we have 2 women here.
Yes.
Do you think it holds you back? Has society held you back as women from making the money that you should be able to make?
No.
No. Does it hold any women back?
No, I think what holds you back is what you let hold you back.
Okay, so they do not think that women are, this is what I think. Forget men and women. You move towards whatever you get rewarded for. That's basics, that's like 25 cognitive biases psychology. So if a woman or a man gets rewarded for how they look, the next day they'll wake up and it's called reinforcement. What do you think they'll do? They'll focus on how they look. Men and women, by the way. I have friends, dudes that are the same. So what you have to do to change society is you have to change what people get rewarded for. And that's why the school system doesn't work, because the reward system is all messed up. Basically, the way the school system rewards you for studying is giving you a test. Nobody likes tests. You can't reward people, and the only reward theoretically is you get a little letter like an A, but nobody cares about that. So like, you know a better way to create school? For example, every A, the system pays you $100. Man, kids would be getting A's. Mark for like a small, now people say that's expensive, you'd have to give every kid $100. It's better than unemployment, it's better than crime. You'd probably don't have to spend $100 billion a year, which is nothing. America spends $700 billion on the military. You could definitely spend $100 billion rewarding people because your whole society would get smart. Now, when it comes to like looks, without a doubt, ugly people make more money than pretty people. Now they say, I've seen some research that says better looking people make more money. Please, have you ever looked at the Forbes list? Name one person on the Forbes list that's good looking. The top. Let me show you a picture of Jeff Bezos. No hate, because he's now the top, okay? Tell me if you really think good looking people make the most money. Here's Jeff Bezos. Ladies, I'm gonna get your opinion. Highly attractive man?
His face is out of control.
She goes, his face is out of control. That is Jeff Bezos, okay? Now, let's go to the second richest man in the world. Tell me if he is, well, these guys are first and second. Would you consider highly attractive man?
No.
She said, ooh. There's Bill Gates. And I can go on and on.
He's trying to look ugly. Like, look at
She said he's trying to look ugly.
haircut like that.
Someone says Donald Trump is smoking hot. Oprah Winfrey is the richest woman in the world. You think she's smoking hot, somebody said? So here's my point. A little side note about investing.
She's like a hot mom.
You have to understand the mindset that will get you money. And the mindset is understanding how to motivate and reward yourself. And what happens in society, social conditioning, is good-looking people, especially women, but men too. They get, everybody says, oh, your hair looks so good, your skin looks so good, da da da. So it creates a reinforcement pattern that instead of going and starting a business or reading, anybody, male or female, who's constantly rewarded for their looks will constantly work on their looks. And so you create a society that becomes hyper superficial. If you reward people, one thing that I liked about the Amish when I lived with the Amish for 2.5 years, this is what the Amish do. They never reward anybody, male or female, for how you look. Like it would be, if you said to an Amish like person, like you're really good looking, like you would be considered very weird. But if they have a word, for example, like Schafa in German means hard worker. So when a guy's going to get married to a girl and the girl tells her dad, I'm gonna marry Bob, the dad will be like, yeah, he's a hard worker. Like literally that's the ultimate compliment you can get. The most beautiful Amish girls will marry the dude who is the most hard worker, and vice versa. If a guy says he's gonna marry a woman, the mom doesn't care how they look. The societal structure is built and be like, oh, she's an awesome woman. She's hard working, she's diligent, all that stuff. So that's why I said society, basically everybody watching, you're fucked unless you rewire your brain, because you will literally get led like sheep to the slaughter down the wrong path. So use your brain more than your looks, man, especially with investment. Looks are okay. You should try to be fit in terms of health-wise, but I mean, people are moronic. I don't understand it. First of all, women don't realize in the modeling industry, you're old at 22. In the real modeling industry, you go to New York City, you're old at 22. So why would you want to build your whole life career around how you look? That's only a 4-year window.
Speaking that truth.
That's why I like, what's her name, Tyra Banks? She was smart because she looked a certain way, but then she built a career and made a couple $100 million by building a real career, not just around how she looked. Anyway, little side note. That was a little side note. Show the girls that are there. They want to see you. Say hello. Ta-da.
Oh, hello. Hello.
So I guess my point is, society, stop rewarding people for stupid shit that they didn't do.
That's true.
Like, that's why giving your kids money and letting your kids inherit money basically guarantees you have retarded kids. Seriously. Have you ever met somebody who inherited money? I've never met a normal person who inherited a lot of money. Never. Not even once. They're always some psychological whack job thing. I haven't met them all, so maybe I haven't met everybody, but like, anyway. Somebody said, did Trump inherit his money? I'm not gonna get into the president. You guys can have your own. Paris Hilton disagrees. No comment, no comment. How can an artist become wealthy? Learn to invest. So back to this core thing I've been talking about that I really want to hit home on is that everybody here, one of the things you should be rewarded for is learning how to take literal money like this. What if you could take this, $10,000, right? You could put it like in a safe, come back a month later, a year later, 10 years later, whatever, and there's 2 stacks. They used to call this alchemy, where you could turn, like lead into gold. Now we don't use gold as much, but imagine then you take that 2 stack, you put it in a little room, you close the room, you come back, 3 stacks, 4 stacks. That's the skill you want. So all you people who have kids, you know that one of my business mentors, he at 12 years old, actually a little older, I think he said he was a teenager, so 13, he learned this skill, and by the time he was 16, this is in the 1970s, he's older now. By the time he was 16, he was making so much money, his family had an intervention because they thought he was selling drugs, because he was making $100,000 a month at 16. You know that? You know what he was doing? It used to not be illegal to do insider trading in the United States. In the 60s and 70s, it wasn't illegal. So he could get insider tips, and he would take a stack, stick it in, a month later have 2 stacks. And he made 100. So basically making 100 grand a month at 16 in the 1970s is like making like 600,000 a month.
Yeah, that was a lot.
A lot of money. And how did he do? So you could start young. You can start young. Now, what I'm going to show you guys who get in this test group, let me pull something. I drew, can you swap this out real quick? I'm going to put up a link in a second because I got to go. I'm actually losing my voice. I did 3 freaking interviews today, so I'm slightly dying. I'm going to give you, for those of you who get in this test group, I'm just literally let me have one. I'm literally opening this up right now as we speak for the first time.
There's a little roofie powder at the end of yours.
You roofied the gum you gave me?
I just sprinkled some on there.
I was always.
Now, for some of you, this is backwards, so I'll just read it to you. This is what you're going to get. Everything we talked about, I'm creating a test group where every day, what do we got? It's loud. Okay. You're going to, just leave it there. It's off camera. Don't matter. You guys also can just pick it up. Use muscles. Stick it over there. You don't have to roll it across paper. Someone said, oops, stop eating. My mic is sensitive.
Why isn't the Zoom?
This gum is loud.
I'll take some of it.
Why isn't the Zoom what? Oh, it's on. Okay. So everything we just talked about, I'm going to teach you step by step. Me and my team is going to teach you. So stock market, 401k, gold, cryptocurrencies. We'll talk about ICOs. We'll talk about annuities. We'll talk about life insurance. Talk about how to raise money if you don't have money, how to start your investment fund. I'm going to put a thing in how to flip cars if you want to do something simple like that. We'll talk about Forex. We'll talk about shorting stocks. We'll talk about what they did in the Big Short. We'll talk about day trading, all that kind of stuff. You're going to get basically one video at a time. So I'm not going to sell this for very long because, like I said, I want to go because it's like 10 at night. But I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to reward everybody who gets on this while I'm doing my live call. And here's the bonuses I'm going to give you. We have how many bonuses? 15. So not only are you going to get these 23 strategies taught to you, but you're also going to get 15 bonuses. So you're getting 38 things. If you add these all up, it's a crazy amount of money. You're getting like $10,000 worth of value, okay? And I'm going to do it for $597, so $600. Why $597? Guys, Palmer? It's totally good. You just leave it there. Oh. It's all good. Leave it there. I don't do that good when there's like a whole thing right next to my head. Sweet. Okay. So here's the deal. Someone said do it for free. Here's why I'm not going to do it for free. One, I'm flying in all these teachers. So I won't even make, it's not, this stuff, you'd be surprised. People think I'm motivated by money. It's not. I like money in the sense that I don't like to do stuff and go in the hole for it, but I'm not as money motivated as people think. Trust me. I know people selling programs for $2,000 to $10,000, the same stuff. No hate on them, but I like to reach like the everyday person who maybe doesn't have as much money.
And why did I pick $500 or $600? Because that's how much I paid when I started out. When I started out, I bought a program from Corey Rudel, how to make money on the internet. It was like in 2002, and I went from $0 to making 100 grand a year. It like really changed my life, and it was like $500 or $600. Now that was now that course would be like $1,000. So I think this is a fair price. Also, I think it's BS that people spend $10,000 a year on college and don't even remember anything or learn how to invest money, which is like the number one thing you should learn in college. My brother went to college for Spanish and came out 4 years later with 80 grand of debt. So I'm like, why don't you complain to your college that you spent 80 grand and you learn Spanish? You can learn Spanish by going to Mexico and living there for 6 months, or Spain. You could have learned Spanish for free. So you can go to community college, cost $1,000 in LA. So if you complain about $600, you're crazy, man. And I'm gonna put these bonuses in, plus I'm gonna put 100% money back guarantee. So if you get into this test group, by the way, some of you are gonna make history. You'll be the first ones in this program. People have asked me to make this program for at least, 3 years. And today I was like, all right, here we go. So here's the bonuses. Okay, so the bonuses you only get right now on this live call. This is a complete package. It's worth at least 10 grand, you'll see. So not only are you gonna get the password where you log into the site, you follow the lessons. I would say spend 15 minutes a day, like 3 days a week, okay? But for the next, it's a 3-month program. For the next 3 months, I'm gonna personally mentor you once a month. We'll have a monthly small group call. And I've been doing this, and people pay $2,000 for that. I'm gonna throw it in for free if you get in now. So if you come back like in a couple days or tomorrow, you won't get that. This is just literally on this call. I'm gonna put up a special link. The next thing you're gonna do, I created these monthly action plans. They're kind of cool. They just like help you stay focused because everybody procrastinates. So we charge $300 for those. I'm gonna give you that free. I created this thing. You know how you have private Facebook groups? So I created on my own website something called Private Tribe. So everybody who's in the group can communicate with each other and share tips. So the access for that, that's $500 normally. And I'm just gonna throw it in. I wanted to do this, open this test group with like 1 million bonuses. I told them to give 8 and they made 16. Why did you guys do 16 on me? It takes me so long to explain them all. Anyway, it's fine. 15, okay. 101, we're gonna do I have a concierge team in my office here in LA. You can have a 101 strategy call, okay? So that way if you have questions that weren't answered on this, you can actually talk to somebody. I brought in a former FBI hostage negotiator, dude. This guy like negotiates like you see in movie where people are held captive. This guy comes in on the microphone and literally negotiates life or death situations. The best person you can learn negotiations from, seriously. Who else are you gonna learn negotiation from? When life or death is on the line, those guys really know how to do it. So he has insane techniques on how to get a negotiation to go your way. So you're gonna get access to that. His name's Chris Voss. The best business networker in the world I know is one of my business partners, James Swanwick. This dude he is the best. I bring him to every crazy Hollywood event. When I go to Golden Globes, when I go to Arnold Schwarzenegger's house, when I go to Game of Thrones premiere, all that stuff, I bring him because he is the master. Put it this way, last time I was at an event, Elon Musk was there, and I was like, James, go bring Elon Musk over here. And he literally walked over, brought Elon. You guys know who Elon Musk is? Probably the best entrepreneur, young entrepreneur in the world. Started Tesla, started SpaceX, Solar City, the Boring Company. He's the only guy alive to have started 3 companies over $1 billion. He's one of the hardest people to meet in the world. My buddy James is gonna train you. He has such good techniques, it's insane. He is the best networker I've ever met in the world. So if you wanna learn how to be able to approach people like Elon Musk, maybe you're at a conference, there's people you look up to. You have to know the techniques of business negotiation. Business networking. I got one of my friends who makes, what is he making right now in his t-shirt business?
He launched a t-shirt company. I think he's making about $100,000 a month selling t-shirts with Facebook ads. So I got him to record a video and just explain how he did it. So if you get in now, you're gonna get that bonus too. By the way, let me put this link. Do we have it that they can click it? Is it on the homepage of my site at all?
On Facebook Live, they can click the link.
But it needs to be on my homepage. It's gotta be popped on there. So it's real simple. You go to tylopez.com. You gotta go to this special link and you just put in /invest now. It's not even a link on my website yet, by the way. But get that put up. We'll put it up temporarily while we do this. tylopez.com/invest now. If you want to be the first person in, like I said, first day that I opened up my social media marketing program 1 year ago, almost exactly, Jaden got in at 21 years old. He had $0. He'd never had a bank account in his life. He was 21, college dropout, lived at home. He made $1 million this year, following being the first person or the first day in my test group. Now, I'm not promising you you're going to make $1 million, but he's like, dude, this has changed my life. Changed my life. Someone say there's no way he did it. Oh, yes, he did. Everybody knows Jaden now. Jaden's life has changed, man. He sent me his bank balance. He goes, I want you to see this. And he had $32,000 in a Bank of America account. I said, why are you sending me that? He goes, last month I didn't have a bank account. It took him 2 months to make 32 grand in my social media marketing test group. This is a different test group. This is my investing test group. But my goal, 300 people, just like the movie 300, over time, 300 people who go through this have insane stories of investing in business. I haven't even shared with you all the stuff you're gonna learn. You know, I bought a business 2 years ago as a test, 3 years ago. I bought it for $10,000 down, okay? I got them to finance it. And I made $100,000 the first month. So I put $10,000 down, and the same month they sent me a check back for $100,000, and then I made $100,000 a month. And then I sold it back to the owner. I'll show you how to invest in businesses. So now I know how to make $100,000 a day. Like I started out trying to figure out how to make $100 a month. Now I know how to make $100,000. I post screenshots. You guys see my screenshots on Snapchat? $150,000 a day. All that's real. I don't make up any of those numbers, just so you guys know. There's no made up numbers. I'm not stupid. The way this world goes, if you put up any false numbers, people are gonna have a heart attack. So you're gonna get all the investing stuff, all the program. This is an important one. How to scale your business. Some of you have businesses, you're making $100 a day or something. So did you guys see on my Snapchat, Samir was here? Samir and Juan were here. 2 years ago, they came to one of my conferences at the Roosevelt in Hollywood. A year later, I met them and they came to my house. They paid 10 grand to come sit in my living room for 2 days. They're 21, what were they, 20? Are they 21 and 22? They gave me a Versace. If you see my Snapchat today, they brought me a Versace bathrobe. Because they're like, dude, now they make $75,000 a month. The best month they had this year was $220,000. They sell clothes on Facebook with Facebook ads, and they drop ship it from China. So these kids were making $2 grand a month each, and now they make $75,000 to $200,000 a month. So this stuff works. For all of you cynical people, just remember, there is 100% money back guarantee. So if you get in the program, it's a 3-month program. You'll spend 90 days with me. Once a month, we'll have a live call. I'll personally mentor you. You get all the access to all the bonuses. You get all the lessons. You literally are going to get a special password. Now, you don't share the password or it'll lock you out and them. So if you some people sell the password online on like Fiverr for $50, and then we just lock everybody out. We're not stupid. We can track a lot of stuff. So how to build a successful dropshipping business, how to build your brand story, plus the 60-day money-back guarantee. So you're getting the core test group, plus the live calls with me, personally mentoring you. Just the mentor call alone is worth more than the $597. Now, again, so I'm gonna put this link up. Go right now. I'm gonna read off the names, by the way, of people who are getting in. I wanna see who's the first one in, actually. Hold on, I gotta install Yahoo Mail because I get all my real-time hourly reports. Is there a brick real quick? Let's see, tylopez.com/invest now. Who is the first person in? Is it Sam? Sam, you going to be in first? You're going to be in first?
Can we do the link on another page so they can see it?
Yeah, can you draw it up there? All right. Who is going to be first? Are they putting it up on the homepage?
Yeah.
We'll put it up on tylopez.com just for this live call. By the way, if you not sure about getting in, just don't get in. I don't really care. I mean, I don't mean that in a cocky way, but sometimes people want me to like ultimately prove that they should do something. You know what? You're not a good candidate for stuff. For those of you always, oh, here we go. Oh no, there's already 1, 2, 3. Ooh, who's the official first person in? I think I see. Oh shit, my phone just died. I saw 4 people already get in. tylopez.com/invest now. By the way, it's an IQ test. If you can't remember that or find it, you probably shouldn't be in. Some people will not be able to be investors. I'm not stupid. Some people are like, Ty, I'm an idiot. Can I make money as an investor? Probably not. Just being real.
The phones are in the way regardless. Oh, that's fine. So, but we have it in this angle.
Somebody doesn't like Donald Trump. Don't get mad at me. I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I didn't vote for Hillary either. You know who I voted for? I would like Mark Cuban to be president because I know him and then I can get invited to the White House sometimes. I have selfish I know that's not the best, most honorable reason, but that is, or I'd like Oprah to win. I've always admired Oprah. She's a badass. I saw her. What happened, Zach? You don't like Oprah as president? No. What's wrong with Oprah?
Oprah.
Zach doesn't want Oprah. He says she's too liberal. So Antonio said he voted. Okay, let me do quick questions while I'm waiting for my phone to charge, damn it. I'm going to show you the actual people getting in. tylopez.com/invest now. Somebody said she's a socialist. Somebody said, but Oprah would buy us all cars. That's pretty cool. You don't have enough. You know how rich you have to be to buy cars for 330? I think there's 325 million Americans. That's a lot. You would have to be like, you'd have to have, well, do the math. You'd have to basically have a couple hundred bill. All right, how do you avoid procrastination? One of the things we're going to do, the way to avoid procrastination, there's a couple ways. One, you got to know what motivates you. So we'll talk about that in the monthly call that I'm going to do with you guys. So I'll be on there live. People always ask me to mentor them. I don't really have time. I travel a lot and stuff, but I'm going to make time. So, and it'll be a small enough group. You can literally ask me questions. We won't be in person, but I'll be able to answer you right through your phone. It's better. Or any Napoleon Hill book's good. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich is a very famous book. Think and Grow Rich. Ty, explain the program better. I would, but I'm losing my voice. So if you haven't been here from the beginning, that's okay. You will just miss this. I'm not a super pushy salesman. I hate, is this a new weird brick that we should throw these out. Do the good bricks.
This is what we use for the live phones.
I know, but those are better, man. Those light my phone right back up. You guys should invest in this company, Rav Power. They make the best chargers. I can recharge a phone in 5 seconds. Let's see. Napoleon Hill is your mentor. Do I really have a Lambo? Yes. I have 2 in that garage and 2 Rolls Royce. You got to watch my Snapchat, man. People used to think I was a scam till Snapchat. I got to thank Evan Spiegel. I did already. Evan Spiegel created this thing called Snapchat where people could see your whole life. And it's good to watch people you look up to, watch their Snapchat. You can tell a lot. A lot of people fake stuff. But after 1 or 2 years of seeing my cars every single day on my Snapchat, people gave up the weird argument that I rented them for a day. Same with this house. Even Ethan from H3H3, I was on his show. We become friends now. I was like, remember when you said my house was a day rental? And he laughed at it. He's a cool guy. Okay, now I'm opening up my Yahoo Mail. Let's see. I like sometimes not being pushy. By the way, a little business tip for you guys. Try to not be pushy and present something for people to buy and see if they buy without you being pushy. It's a lot better approach to life without having to kill yourself. Okay, I'm scrolling back. Who was the first person? I saw it. It was... So it's $597, one-time payment, by the way. It's not a monthly payment. I could do it once a month, but I'm not. I want to make it affordable. I know for some of you, $597 is a big stretch, so you can't get in. Okay, the first person to try to get in, but his card declined, was Eduardo Wilson. So here we go. The first person, congratulations, Shane Bowles from Texas. I'm going to screenshot this. Shane Bowles right here. You can see my little real-time report. It says his name. Congratulations, man. Somebody said, I think it's too much money. Well, you get what you pay for in life, man. People will take their family to Disneyland. Right now, if you take a family to Disneyland, it's about $1,000. It's like $100 or $200 a ticket. So if you got 2 parents, 3 kids, you're dropping $500 to $700 on tickets. Then if you eat any food, it's like $2,000 for a hot dog. But the point is, people will gladly pay on, and once you go to Disneyland, have you ever gone to Disneyland, put money in, and when you walk out, there's more money created? No. So people say, oh, this is too expensive. Well, okay, then fine. Go keep making other people rich. You know, Disney is one of the wealthiest companies in the world. You know why they're wealthy? Because people spend a crap load of money on their stuff, and they never go, oh, it's a scam. No, I mean, they just buy. People are dumb. But that's good news for you. Those of you who get in my test group, remember, I'm not trying to help everybody. I like the saying, I'm only down for people who are down for me. I don't owe everybody anything, just like you don't owe me anything. All right, let's keep reading the people who got in. Who was number 2? Oh, a girl. That's cool. Elena Coble from, I'm not sure what country this is. What province is Tejan Jakalsi? Anybody know where Tejan Jakalsi is? That's her state. It's not in America. It's kind of cool. So a woman, good for you, Elena. Don't be like society, man. Women can make a ton of money. In fact, I have 2 CEOs for 2 of my companies are women. I basically have 2 male CEOs for companies I have. Well, more than 2, but I've got 2 women too. So the next person, Brandon Johnson from good old California. Jared Kent from Victoria. Oh, we got someone from Canada. Michael Pagan from California. I think it's because of the time zone. We're still going. The only people awake are California people. We got Jake Habib, who did not put his location. Okay. We have Rebecca Velez, another female from Ohio. Man, you're up late. Angelica Ayala, also from California. We got Jason Wojdina, or something like that, from Arizona. See, that's our time zone. Rashad Riemann, California. By the way, set up your software to get reports like this. Jessica Suarez, Texas. Man, this is cool. We got almost 50-50. Jamar McKinney, Kansas. Caroline Demotis, your card was declined. Try again. Okay. There we go. Oh, and the last person was Yvonne. Dude, I think we have more females than males. That's cool. Ontario, Canada. Ivanka Siolokowski. Cool. This is kind of cool. Oh, by the way, we have a 4-pay plan. For those of you who can't afford, I forgot this. Damn it. Thank you for telling me. For those of you who can't afford, the cheapest way to get in is $597 one time. No, is it a 3-pay? 4-pay. Okay. If you can't afford $597, you can also just do $197 times 4 payments. So you'll pay extra, right? You're going to end up paying $800, but you can spread it over time. So that means, it's $788. It'll only bill you 4 times if you do the $197. Or if you have the money, it's a lot cheaper to just do $597. I used to not do payment plans because it's a pain in the butt, but So many people were like, dude, I don't have it. So if you want to, you can do that. Okay? So, bro, you're a math genius. Thank you. 197 times 4, 788. Tips on starting a YouTube channel. I have a different program for that, but it's closed. So you missed it. By the way, I close programs. Why? Well, that's what college does. You have a spring semester and a fall semester. If you miss it, you miss it. So I don't know. I just copied that from college, I guess. And that way people, if they want to get, I don't like doing stuff where people are on the fence. It's boring. It's like dating. Have you ever dated someone that's on the fence of liking you? It's a horrible life to date someone who doesn't really like you. So like every date, you're like, oh, you're like trying to be all, just dude, if someone doesn't like you, just be like, it's been great to know you. Go find somebody that you like and I'll find somebody I like. That's my approach to business. So if somebody's like, dude, I don't think this is worth it. I'm like, good, then go to community college, bro. Go to community college and learn from a college professor, an assistant professor who never made more than 100 grand in his life. I'm not looking down on them, by the way. I'm just stating facts. If that's your deal, go. Someone said you rented the Lambo. Dude, you're on an old conspiracy theory. That's old. You can't rent Lambos for years. I got that black Lambo I got in Halloween 2014. So it's 3 years old. If I rented that Lambo, just to put in perspective, if I rented all my cars, it'd be $25,000 a day. Try to rent an Aventador. I think they're like 5 Gs a day. So actually, you'd actually be richer. If you could afford to pay 25 grand a day, you guys know that's roughly $1 million a month, right? That'd be a lot. Someone said, damn, that's ancient. No, I'm keeping that black Lambo forever because that thing's like an icon. 600 million views. So I was gonna trade it in and get there's a new Lamborghini called a Huracan, but I was like, hell no, I'm gonna keep it forever. One day I think I'm gonna explode it with dynamite to make a viral video. Wouldn't that be cool? I just had that idea the other day. Cause you know in my video I was like,
I was thinking that wouldn't be cool at all.
why?
Why would you explode?
Because just showing like that I like material things, but not, if I had to, I'll just blow them up. I don't know. In like 10 years, it won't be worth that much. 10 years, the car will be worth 50 grand. So we blow it up. Somebody said Lambo is a loser car. Pfah, my ass. Anybody who says that knows nothing about cars. I was one of the Rob Report car judges for 2017. So I've driven every car. I've driven a Bugatti before. I've driven a McLaren. Name a car that's better than a Lamborghini. The only car better than a Lamborghini is a Rolls Royce. Or a LaFerrari, or a Porsche 918, or a Bugatti.
I like the Aston Martin.
Aston Martin is not better than a Lamborghini.
I didn't say it's better. I said I like it.
He said Lamborghini is a trash car. It ain't anybody. This dude probably got a moped. There's no way. Koenigsegg. I did a cool video with a Koenigsegg in Sweden. They're pretty cool looking, but it's not better than a Bugatti. I mean, those are special, like weird car. BMW M6? No. Bentley? No. Bentleys look cool. LaFerrari's pretty badass. So, do I believe in sharing your wealth with a woman or having a prenup? Depends on how romantic you are, man. But if you're pretty wealthy, you may want to have this is for men and women, by the way. It's not a man-only thing. There's rich women that, believe it or not, men marry women. I had a friend, his number one goal, he was a gold digger dude. He's like, I'm gonna marry a rich girl so I don't have to work. So men and women, if you've made a lot of money before you're married and they didn't do anything for it, why not get a prenup? If I was marrying somebody for love and they had a lot of money, I'd sign a prenup. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, back to this. I'm not doing a very good sales job here because I've been going all over the place, talking about Donald Trump, talking about, so inspirational dude, keep up the good work. Toyota Supra. Supra is not like a Lamborghini. Sorry. They're cool, but website is not working right. TyLopez.com/invest now. I'm going to be on here I'm going to answer a few more questions. You guys hungry?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, looking at the fish.
She was looking at the fish. She's going to catch one of my fish and cook it. Film the Aventador exploding. No, I'm not going to explode an Aventador. That car is too much of a work of art, man. Batmobile. Yes, that is better.
Just get the bat suit.
Best car is a Honda Pilot. All right, let's go back to investing questions. What questions do those of you who want to get in the program, because you're going to miss it in a second because I'm about to close this up, and then the link won't work anymore. tylopez.com/invest now. It's also on my home page. All right, let's see here. Let's see who else is getting in. I forgot, you can get in for $197 if you do the 4-payment plan. It's kind of cool. Kyler White, oh no, your card was declined. Carl Fornell paid $597 in Ohio. What's up with Ohio? Saeed Riazi, you're in California? Y.H. Tang, Y Tang. You know, when I was growing up, I had a friend named Ho Tang. His first name was Ho, and his last name was Tang. He was Vietnamese or Cambodian. It's kind of an interesting name to be called Ho, but, and I thought Tang is like Ho and Tang. It's like a double whammy. I don't know how he made it through elementary school. I'm like, his parents got to change the name. I guess being called Ho. Would you like to have your name Ho? You'd be like, hey, Ho. That's what we would say. And we didn't get in trouble for that. Okay, invest in what? 23 things you're going to learn how to invest in. It's a 3-month program. Carl Fornell, your card was declined. Christopher Moran, congratulations. You did the full pay for $597. Anthony Shields, you did the 4-pay for $197 a month. Oh, he uploaded a picture. Dude, you got a German Shepherd. I get alerts with if they upload a picture to their profile. So this dude's cool. I like you already. You got a German Shepherd, man. Oh, Virginia. I've just bought some land in Virginia. I bought a couple of farms there in the last 2 years. Stefan Tuchmeyer in Canada. Brian Ortiz, Washington State. Bright Omogorobi, your card was declined. So, in Romania. Yeah, what time is it in Romania? So Europe is basically 9 hours ahead. So right now in London, I think it's 8:20 in the morning. Romania, I've been to Romania, it's like 5 hours more, 4 hours more. So I went to Dracula's castle in Romania. Did you know it's for sale? You can invest. It's 8:20 in the morning in Romania. Romania's the same. What's London? It's only 1 hour difference. David Shea says, it's good seeing the legend in my live stream again.
6:20 in London. 2 hours.
London, that's right. London, because of the time change, is only 7 hours. London's 8 hours when we do our, we have, in America, we have daylight savings. Somebody said, are people putting their last $600 into this? Don't go broke getting in this program, okay? So please don't take money from your children or something weird like that. I'm assuming everybody here has common sense and everybody's an adult. So sometimes they're like, Ty, do you want to take people's last dollars? I think it's fascinating. Let me tell you something. I want to make a prediction for everybody. In 20 years, people are going to look back because everybody's going to be learning online. And people are going to be like, they used to call online learning a scam? And I'm going to be like, yes. Tell my grandchildren. People used to be so stupid. They thought if you didn't have a building, you were a scam. Oh my God. People are so slow. People are fucking, but that's good news for all you investors. If it wasn't for how slow people were, you wouldn't make as much money. They're so slow, like people are like, oh, it's an online course, it's a scam. Why? Harvard has an online class. Like, what are you talking about? People have no brain power. IQ has to be going down on planet Earth. Have you ever read like letters from Abraham Lincoln? They had this great vocabulary, 7 years ago, and they have Emancipation Proclamation. People are like, now like me, ugh. I mean, it's like caveman conversation. It's insane. IQ is down, my friend. Colleges are socialist. I don't know if I would say socialist.
Somebody's saying, should they get in if they're in the SMMA?
If you're in the SMMA program and you're making money and you want to learn how to invest it, for sure. Remember, this program is, if you're already, Instagram is so dumb. Instagram makes you reset it every hour, but you can instantly reset it again. So what's the point? What's the point? If you're already in one of my programs and you want to learn how to invest your money, by the way, the reason I built this program is one of the people who got in my social media marketing program made $200,000 cash and then invested it in something idiotic. And he was at my house and I was like, you just lost $250,000 that you learned how to make in my program. I said, I got to make a course on how to invest money. That's what I'm doing right now, by the way. What's the benefit of joining this program? Learn how to make money for you. Can this be done without a Cedric? Hassan Mohsin. Is that code? Should I know what a Cedric is? Is that a misspell? Is that... Ty, can I invest without a Cedric? I'm going to start saying that to people just to fuck them up if they're being annoying. Dude, do you have a Cedric to invest? I don't know what that means. Drinking tea, not for energy. Dude, I'm losing my voice. I did a Kajabi interview podcast, badass one, with a friend of mine from Orange County, Travis, on how you can, he's got a guy building courses like how to use Excel, made $300,000 teaching a little course because people want to learn how to use Excel. So I did that one, then Grant Cardone was here for 2 hours.
Why wasn't I there for that?
I don't know, because you're slow. You off there looking in the mirror all day.
I was actually reading his book today. I texted you earlier.
I told you when I saw that book with you that I said he was going to be here.
You did not.
Yes.
You didn't text me back till hours
No,
later.
in the car. I saw it the other day.
Oh, you saw it?
Zed Denary. Congratulations. He did the full pay. Oh, here's a picture. There's Zed. You look very serious, Zed. Darius Lloyd. Oh, no, that's for 67 steps. Asher St. Hilaire from New York. Ooh, you're still up, man. Oh, no, that's a different program. Wrong name. Johnny Fortune. Dude, please tell me that's your real name. I want to change my name to Johnny Fortune. That may be the greatest investor name known to mankind.
That's an awesome name.
I'd like to meet with you. Who are you bringing with you? I'd like you to meet my friend, Johnny Fortune. They need a movie about you, dude. They need a James Bond-like movie. You pull up in the, who said they like Aston Martin? You? You pull up in your Aston Martin. You got a suit like this. Which suit is, I think this is Paul Smith or Dolce. Wait a sec. This is a badass suit. For those of you who should invest in good clothes too. Yeah, this is Paul Smith. You know who wears a lot of Paul Smith, they were telling me? He's been copying me. No, not really, but. Anyway, you roll up in a good suit, you got your Aston Martin, you got a business deal, you get out of the car, and you go, nice to meet you, sir. Johnny Fortune here. Let's talk business. And they instantly get intimidated, and they go, here, take this piece of real estate. I was going to sell for $500,000, but you can have it for $200,000 because your name is Johnny Fortune. So that's going to be one of my new lessons, how to change your name to be bad at. I'm serious, man. I bought a domain name a long time ago called Johnny Global. I thought that was also a cool fucking name. I was going to make a little cartoon character and teach business tips, and the dude was going to be a cartoon, and his name was Johnny Global, and I was like, yeah, because I like traveling more than I like money. But if you really love, someone said the name's Fortune, Johnny Fortune. You need a badass chick with you. You need definitely, James Bond drives an Aston, doesn't he? Yeah. You know my friend Hal Ornstein, he collects all the Hollywood stuff. He has all James Bond. He bought all of the James Bond cars. He had that Aston Martin in whatever movie. Okay. Zed, oh no, I already read this. We have 2 declines. Saif Garby. Saif, you're in Reading, Pennsylvania. Alex TJ, if your card was declined, try a different card or we'll send you an email. I think some people in my office are still around. Ty, how long will this program go? If you want all these bonuses and everything, it's just right now. So, what questions do you guys have? I'm going to use you. What would you like to know about investing? Each of you have to think of one
How do
good
you
question.
choose the best, like what are,
What's the question?
what do you look for when you go to invest in a company? Like, what are some key factors that company has to have for you to feel like you want to invest in it?
Good question. There you go, Jackie. I know you have it in you. Not just talk about nails.
She asked me about my nails. I was answering a question.
So,
Jeez.
The question is, how do you know what to look for in a business? Here's the deal. Number one thing you look for in a business, who's running the business? You invest in people, not ideas. So let's think of it this way. Bill Gates came up to me right now and said, yo, dude, invest in my company. Do you think I would ask Bill Gates what the idea was? I would just automatically give Bill Gates money because the dude's a winner. He's a winner that's been winning for a long ass time. You don't need to ask him a question. And if I met some idiotic person who has what sounds like the world's best idea, I would not be confident. Somebody comes to me with this amazing business plan. Dude, here's my pro forma projections I'll be making. Yeah, I've had people do this shit. They're like, this is a true one, one of the dumbest ones someone ever came. They had this spreadsheet, okay? I know they had just gone into Excel and done multiply. You can basically multiply automatically. And he's like, dude, if you give me 100 grand, it was something like we'll be making $100 billion in 5 years. 100, put this in perspective, McDonald's, the whole company only makes 25 billion. So he had just taken Excel, put $100 in, and just done a formula, and it came out to 100, there's only a few companies in the world that make over $100 billion. Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, Amazon, Exxon Mobil, some of these, Total, the oil company. So I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. And I mean, I thought that, I didn't say that, and I didn't invest, I didn't need to see the plan. You see what I'm saying? So the best thing, if you want to invest in publicly traded companies, of course you got to look at the environment, you got to look at technical analysis, and you got to look at the value investing, where you look at basically you try to calculate how much of the company is worth and you divide it by outstanding shares and all that. But the simplest way is bet on people. Bet on people, because people who know how to win, even if their first idea fails, they'll pivot and come up with a second one. Okay, good question. We're talking about, I'm going to Snapchat you guys because meet my live studio audience.
Back in the building. We have like dog ears. Did you
No, it's a regular snap. We're talking about investing and all this.
put a whole filter on there? I'm like,
I like that every time you're on my snap, you do something like this. Is that like your go-to move?
what is it? Just do it again?
You go, like that. You do a little like,
Like the black girl had me.
not really. Why you gotta be racist?
Because it looked like that's what you were doing.
You did it. I was replicating you.
I don't know. I didn't even notice I did it.
All right.
I'm going to unfollow you on Snapchat until you follow me.
I don't follow anybody really on Snapchat. What's your question?
What happens if you invest and it doesn't work out?
Good question. What happens if you invest your money in something and it doesn't work out? The key rule of investing is something called margin of safety. So if you think you got to invest $1,000 into something and there's like an 80% chance you're going to lose the money, don't think about the potential return. I wouldn't invest in anything that has an 80 or 90% chance of failure. Give yourself a huge margin of safety. So I like to look at stuff. For me, nothing's 100%. Even businesses I start, I think the best chance you could ever have of any idea is 70%. That's the highest. Like when I start a business, I never say this is 100% going to work. At best, if you're a master of business, if the environment's right, if there's no recession, if you got cash in the bank, if you have a good team, you got a 70% chance. So what you're trying to look for in investments is things that are at least 50%. You got 50-50 odds it's going to work. So let's say you have $5,000 or $2,000 or $100,000. You think, what percentage of my money will I not have a heart attack if I lose? And you only invest that into one idea. So let's say you had $10,000 and I said to you, what's your number? Let me ask you, if you had 10 grand, I don't know how much you have right now. What amount, if you lost it, you would be sad, but you wouldn't have a heart attack? Just pick a number, any number, random. 3 grand. So she said, out of 10 grand, 3 grand, she wouldn't, no one's happy. Like I told you, I gave my buddy $42,000 and I've never gotten a penny back. I invested in a house with him in North Carolina. But I'm not mad at him because going into it, I literally told my friend, another friend, I said, I got a 50-50 chance against money. And when you flip a card, Sometimes you lose it. But since that time, I invested $7.5 million in another business, and I made $33 million back. I just literally got I was looking, one of my companies, my CPA just gave me the number literally 2 hours ago. So sometimes you lose. And for me at that time, I had enough money in the bank, that 42 grand, I was like, 50-50 chance. So for you, you take that 3 grand and you find something that's 50-50, that's the best you're gonna get, and that's enough. That's enough. So what people go wrong, they got 10 grand in the bank, somebody comes up to them and goes, Bitcoin, or says, you know, I don't know, invest in a piece of real estate, or invest in, let's do day trading, and you put all 10 G's into it. And remember, best investments are like Vegas. If you go to Vegas and lose and win 51% of the time, you'll be the richest person in the world, just so you know that. If you statistically could win 51% of the hands at a blackjack table, you just bet consistently the same, so you wouldn't even look at your cards. If you knew you would win 51%, you just stake 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and that 1% spread would grow, and the next thing you know, if you could bet 1,000,000 hands, you would be a multimillionaire in one night. Now, Vegas, they'll kick you out if you do that, by the way. Vegas ain't dumb. But that's what, by the way, George Soros did. He made $1 billion cash investing in one day in Forex, foreign exchange currencies. He almost broke the bank in England. He made so much money so fast, he almost caused the global recession, so please don't do that. But he just made micro profits on millions of transactions, billions. He made like 1 penny on like, 100 billion transactions or whatever. It's not that exact number, but if you make 1 penny on 100 billion transactions, 1% is $1 billion profit. That's what he did. So, good questions. We're wrapping up. I'm going to read a few more names. We're going to go eat because we have a Virgo here. Virgos are always hungry. Here, I'm going to take a picture. I've been talking too much with too many guys. Can you guys go closer? Can you not have your blanket on, like you're 3? Blanky!
Maybe if you have the freaking heat on every now.
Okay. 1. Wait, go closer to each other. No.
That's our hug thing.
Do it again. You look at her. Look at her.
Look at her.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's even worse. Oof. Do it again. That one's better. One of those pictures was not right. Okay. Someone said they sound like they don't like each other. They like each other. They're
We got in trouble for talking earlier. Jeez.
talking about nails while I'm talking about investing. Keep it on track. Oh, you got my fish feeder is fishing. We took it out and now it's on the ground. Why did it? Here, can you have that, just put that in for the fish because they're hungry. My automatic fish feeder is not pointing in the water. So, okay, last few people. YH Tang, you keep trying to pay, it didn't go through, okay. Carlos Brizuela, congratulations. Do you have a picture? Nope. By the way, to get in, you go to tylopez.com/invest now. Is it on the homepage yet? Armin, homepage yet? We're putting it up on the homepage just for a little bit. Nick Elisios, congratulations, did the full pay. Victoria, Canada. Who are you talking to? The guys like Wena will get it up in 5 seconds. Who are you talking to? What chat are you in? No. Hell no. No. Let me fix something. Yeah, I posted a good one, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? I deleted the bad one. Do you want me to put the bad one up? No. You said you doubt me? I know Snapchat photography. Right here. I'm adding you to this group, Armin. You're in the wrong group, man. Traffic is not the right WhatsApp group. Those dudes are gone. 8 p.m. and never they're. She doesn't know how to do it. Get the programmers. Greg Daryl Guerrero, Ty, I have a 10 grand save. What should you do with it? Figure out your number. What's your real investment number? It might not be 10 grand. Just because you got 10 grand doesn't mean you're willing to part with 10 grand. So what I would do, Greg, first, always invest the most, or at least first, in your own brain. If you don't know about investing, buy a book, conference, you can get in my program, but figure out a way to get educated one way or another. You don't have to do it my way, but you can. Hey, my mom's here. Come say hi, Mom. You want to come say hi? My mom's shy.
She's all relaxed.
Oh yeah, I got a massage I need.
You look like money.
Come say hi, Mom, on my live call over here. Mom, do you have an investment question for me?
I've been listening to you while I got massaged. Very interesting. It's good.
You're very relaxed.
I am.
My mom's falling asleep. My mom is not my mom's a morning person. We're opposites. Growing up, I used to have long conversations with my mom, and she'd fall asleep as I was talking. She'd be like, "Hi, Mama Lopez." She's not a Lopez, by the way. My mom's German, so.
Thank you.
You said thank you. My mom doesn't want to be a Lopez.
Because people call me that all the time.
Yeah, my mom's not Spanish at all. My mom's, she's a whitey. My dad was Spanish. Someone said, thank you, Mom, for giving Thai to us. Someone said, is your
You're
mom
welcome.
stoned? My mom is a big advocate of weed.
I've invested in it.
You
Making
invested,
money.
my mom, oh yeah, I should talk about investing in marijuana. What have you invested in? Marijuana farms?
Not
CBD?
farms, but some of the ones that, some of the businesses that support that business.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
James Ellie, I got into your investment program. Awesome. Some of you guys, I hope one of you, two of you, three of you, I hope all of you, I'm going to come out to my house, tell your story. Dude, I've gotten, in the last 2 or 3 years, I have gotten so many testimonials. It is truly mind-blowing. That's why the people who work for me, who actually see behind the scenes, no one ever says, oh, I work at a company that's scamming people, because they see, like, it's crazy, the volume of people.
You know what I say?
What?
I go, I get a paycheck and I have insurance. That's not a scam to me.
Yeah, we got Pablo Escobar behind me. He goes, he got his insurance, he got his pay. No, but we have people, you see people coming in, you see Samir, you see Jaden. People think I use paid actors. I'm like, oh my God. You know what? It's possible to block your blessing in life. People forget that. You want to know the perfect example? This is the perfect example. There was somebody, I gave away, was it 10 or 11 cars in the last year? Armin, do you know? I think I gave away 10 cars in the last year. Just brand new, straight from the dealer, free cars, not cheap cars. I gave away probably like 5 of them were Camaros, Mustangs, were a couple of them, 1 Jeep. No one picked no one picked the Prius or F-150. Everyone picked Camaro or Mustang, and 1 girl picked a Jeep, okay? So one of the times, and I was just giving them to random followers on my Instagram. I've also given away a total of like 600 or 700,000 worth of cash and prizes and cars and laptops and all that. So listen to this. My assistant DMs somebody and goes, you want a car? And the girl's like, she's somewhat suspicious, which is okay. So she goes, I don't believe you're really Ty's assistant. So I said, tell my assistant that we'll FaceTime with her, okay? Just so she'll see it's like me on FaceTime. It might have been a guy, I don't know, the person on there. So the other person, they wouldn't FaceTime. So after like 3 days, I said, fuck it, they don't get a car. What do you want me to fly to them? They block their blessing. And that's a good analogy for how people are in life. Some people go, Ty, I'm not gonna read books. I'm like, okay, then be an idiot.
So they would've got a car just to get.
They would have got a car. I had to pick another person.
And they didn't.
And that happens, by the way, now, I understand if somebody would DM you, because there's scammers that will DM and say, I work for Ty, please send me $1,000 and then I'll send you a car. That's a scam. If I contact you that you won something, you don't have to pay anything. And if you're really skeptical, I'll FaceTime with you. Not for like a $100 PayPal, if someone doesn't believe it, but I'm talking about if it's a car, is a big deal. We flew people out here. People came with their mom. I mean, you can see. They got all over the news. The first car I gave away, I gave 2 cars away to 2 18-year-olds in Kentucky. It went viral all over NBC, and they're like, who is this guy giving away cars? But the point being, I understand if you're a little bit skeptical. If somebody tells you, send me $1,000 and I'll send you $1 million, it's definitely a scam. But if somebody says, FaceTime me, you can see it's me. Obviously, if you FaceTime me and it doesn't look like me, it's a scam. But so they block their blessing. So that's why I said, I quit trying to convince people. Don't try, you can't fix stupid, put it that way. You literally can't fix stupid. So if you got somebody that's too stupid, just be like, you missed out, man. And yeah, I gave that car to someone else. Scientology, question mark. I'm not a Scientologist. Some people are. I'm not. So for those of you who are Scientologists, you know what? There's a lot of shit I don't care about, and that's one of them. People ask me my opinion on gay marriage, Scientology. Honestly, I don't care. I'm too busy to care. People are like, oh, this person said some bad thing about you. I'm like, I don't care. Pretty much if it doesn't directly affect me, I don't care. Be the flame, not the moth. That's what Casanova said. If you care about everything, you become the moth. You're always chasing stuff. Be the flame. Let people come to you. If somebody is like, oh, what's your opinion on Scientology? And you want to get in a huge argument and meet them halfway and waste half your day, who cares? Who cares? Can I borrow $10? No. But you can learn to borrow money from people and then pay them back. You borrow money from people and pay them back, you will have access to a lot of money. All right, I'm going to read Eduardo Wilson finally got in. Your card was declined. There we go. Sometimes your card's declined, like if you're from another country or all that kind of stuff. Tiadi, oh no, Daniel Rojas. Wai Hung Tang finally got in. Wai Hung. Somebody put their name that tried to get in the program as tuna sandwich. Now there's either 2 possibilities. I hope your actual name is tuna sandwich, because if you can prove your legal name is tuna sandwich, I will fly you to my house to interview you on my podcast. Please tell me somebody's weird hippie mom was like, our last name is Sandwich, so I'll name my kid Tuna. That is a fucking awesome name. Zach, what'd you say? Zach says he has a cousin named Egg Salad. Oh, God. All right, I'm about to be out. TyLopez.com. I'll keep this link up for a few more minutes.
It's on there. It was on there the whole time. You just couldn't see it on the mobile. It was on the drop down.
Well, where is it on now? Is it visible on mobile?
Yeah, it's on the list. But yeah.
It can't be in the drop down. Move it. Move something off that we're not doing. TyLopez.com/invest now. You got to go to that link because it's not even properly up on my website. Like I said, I'm not really trying to sell this that hard. So don't use this as an example of how to make maximum amount of money. I could make more money if I sold harder, but I get bored, honestly. I'm an Aries, you know. Aries get bored. Some things in life are boring. People will be like, prove to me why you should invest, why I should invest in your program. I'm like, nope, you're out automatically. Grant Mazer, you're the last person that I'm mentioning. There's still some spots. We'll keep it open for a few minutes. 23 strategies, test group, 23 strategies, how to invest your money, plus 15 bonuses valued at least 10 Gs, or at least 5 Gs. Is it 5 or 10? I don't know. You're getting all that for half the price of a community college course. All of you who don't think it's worthwhile, send me your success after you take your art history class at community college, or your Spanish. One of my mom's children, my brother, got 80 grand in debt for Spanish. Mom, why did you let him do that? Spanish. 80 grand. He's still in debt from that. It's been 10 years or something. Please, unless you want to be a Spanish professor, don't get a degree in Spanish. I mean, unless you just have so much money you don't care, but yeah. Good night. I will talk to you. Someone said, Ty, you're still on the call. You're a thug. He means that in a good way, I think. Thug life.